Hello, my friends. We are looking to enhance the Fractals and Recursion project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. In this video, we will see how we can modify our program to give us something like this. Now, this is a pretty interesting structure. Basically, it's a one square followed by two squares, four squares, and so on. Now, really, this is just a small modification of the program that we have been doing in the class. We just adjust the x and y coordinates, but I found this quite interesting because apart from looking beautiful, this also shows us the, let's say, the nested for loop nature of the recursion that we are doing. Basically, notice I could potentially write this with a for loop. So for, let's say, 0 until, let's say, 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 for every row. In every row, I go and create 2 to the power of that many squares. So like 0, 1 square here, 2 to the power 1, which is 2 squares here, 2 to the power 2, 4 squares here, 8 squares here, and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, that is quite cumbersome in a way because then we have to keep track of all the x and y coordinates and so on. And hence recursion becomes an interesting alternative as we have been looking at, right? But seeing the equivalence, thinking about it is something quite interesting. Now let's see how we can do this with recursion. Basically, remember previously we were doing a square and then followed by other squares here. Now something similar has to happen. We have a bigger square from which we are going to draw two more squares. Now I am just using these separations. So, remember the way we draw a square is by specifying the x naught, y naught and the L, or let's say the level. And which means that for the new ones, we need to just figure out what is the x1, y1, for example, and x2, y2. So we'll do, let's say, two level of, recursive calls. And you can, just by this geometry that what I've chosen, we can clearly see that x1, y1, and x2, y2 are related to x0, y0 in the way I have shown here. Now, in order to accomplish, this task with the code that we are working on, recall previously we were making two recursive calls, which are shown here. Now, I'm just going to comment these out. And instead, what I will do is to just do again two recursive calls, but with different x and y coordinates. As we just discussed, is x plus 9 by 8l and y minus 3 by 4l. So that's the one on the right. And then there is one on the left. But just doing this, as we know, is going to create that entire, let's say, structure for us. So I'm going to run this function now at minus 100 plus 100 0. I chose plus 100 for y so that the structure can fully form on the screen. When I do this, you notice quite nicely the entire recursive process goes on. And like I said, the entire thing just forms in front of us. Now, as we just discussed, in fact, we could accomplish this with a nested for loop as well. But, obviously recursion is a, let's say, cleaner alternative. Now let's say I want to get a third square in place, let's say something in between. So once again, that's not hard because I can compute x3, y3. Basically x3 is x0 plus L by 4 and y3 is again at the same, let's say x0 minus 3L by 4. I get back to my code and I just, let's say, I just enable the third level of recursion. Now, when I run this, again, the recursion starts. Now, the interesting bit is that some of the squares that are getting created are in fact being overwritten, right? You notice that there's an overlap between some squares, and that's why, it looks quite interesting, but the number of squares is now not exactly, let's say, say 2 to the power of something, right? In this case, let's say 3 to the power of something. Quite nice to look at this, completed job. Um, Clearly, there's an overlap square, so basically it's just drawing the same square again and again. Uh, Going through the recursive tree, I'm going to end up with one more green in between, and I think, yep, there you go. So one more green and one more, of those, let's say the magenta, and there's the ring. Now, again, it looks quite beautiful. So this is 1, 3. There's only 8 over here because one of them there was an overlap, and likewise. So it's not really power of 3 anymore, but it's something different. But you get the idea that with recursion, a lot of work is getting done with very little code, and that's the whole beauty of recursion. Learning programming by building activities is always fun. Look at our website www.ybyte.in because we learn Python programming through such fun activities. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.